Yo, peace. I be Lord Supreme Wise Mind of Law. And I decided to do this video was because, you know, me being a 5%er, right? And me knowing and understanding my true way of life and knowing who I am as a person, I always feel compelled to always share my end of the angle when it comes down to my lessons, how I break them down, how I go through them, and how I go about being able to live my life in a more conducive and productive manner. Now, as you can see, the title that I wrote, I said I'm going through 120. And the reason why I'm going through 120, a lot of y'all brothers and sisters out there that subscribe to my channel may not know what 120 is. Some of you guys do. But anyways, I'm going through a couple of lessons, like 3 lessons, to break down why you don't need religion or anything of that nature to help you get through your life, situations and circumstances. Here's one reason why. Being that we live in a time where it's heavily religious. A lot of people are relying upon something to be able to help them get through their daily living situations. In other words, they're dependent on going to church. They're dependent on getting advice from their pastor. They're dependent on being able to get sound advice from their spiritual leader, things of that nature. Now, I don't knock what people do at the end of the day. I just show people the understanding in regards to what you're living and what type of life that you're living and why you're living the way that you're living. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through 120, and the the first lesson. Hey, good afternoon. How you doing? All right. Hey, there might be some good stuff in there for you. So, and also we got a big event coming up tonight. So what I usually do, I leave them on the side, so that way, if you ever want to come by with your own bag, you could grab them. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Um, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, they broke them up because they didn't need them anymore. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right then. All right then. Oh, upholstery. Oh, that's good. So you done struck gold. And listen, yeah, most definitely. Where do you go to deposit your cans? Where do you usually go to deposit your cans? Oh, Allentown. Oh, really? Right. Oh, okay. All right then, cool. Oh, okay, that's good. That's a beautiful thing. That's a wonderful situation. Right. So as I was saying, let me go back here. You know what I'm saying? Uh, okay. Yes. Huh? As far as what? Yeah. Yeah, with the chairs? Oh, you did? Oh, okay, thank you. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Right. Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. Most definitely. All right. So that was one of the see, look, I'm gonna show you. See the lady? She usually comes at certain times, you know what I'm saying? She picks up cans and all that. But wonderful black woman, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, the time and the age that we live in a time where everything is religious, you know what I'm saying? People are dependent upon getting sound advice to be able to live their life the right way. And with some cases, it's not the sound advice, it's just the advice where it's, the advice from which is coming from the source. So this is why I want to go through 120 with you, brothers and sisters out there. You know what I'm saying? Damn, my eyes all right? Okay. Now, the first lesson that you see me put up, right, was the power degree in the 1 to 14. That's the Lost Found Muslim lesson number 1, 1 to 14. For those that don't understand what that means, all right? Now, this lesson says, why did we take Jerusalem from the devil and how long ago? And the answer is, because one of our righteous brothers was a prophet by the name of Jesus was buried there. They used his name to share their dirty religion, which is called Christianity. Also to deceive the people so that they believe in him. Jesus' teachings were not Christianity. They were freedom, justice, and equality. Jerusalem is in Palestine, which is in Asia Minor. Jerusalem was a name given to by the Jews, which means founded in peace, and was first built by the original man, and was called Jebus, Salem, and Ariel. We took the city from the devil about 750 years ago. Now, right? Now that lesson is telling you what's taking place. There's a lot of deceit, deception, and treachery. Now, these people that so-called use Jesus' name as a tool to be able to do the things that they want to do as far as their deceit and their deception and their treachery and their trick knowledge, they use his name to shield what they were doing behind their little dirty actions. So that's one thing. Then they use the ideology of him saying that Jesus taught Christianity when in reality, if you go through all of the Bible, he never taught anything at all. I don't care if you read that Bible from the Old Testament, all the way from Genesis to Malachi, all the way from Matthew to Genesis, to Matthew to Revelation, pardon myself. There's nothing in that book. There's nothing in that book, I repeat, there's nothing in that book that shows and proves that Jesus actually taught Christianity. If you can show me, matter of fact, if you go to Acts, right, it talks about when they said they first became Christian in Antioch. I forgot where it's located at, but however, I'll get back to you guys on that one. But that's where they first became Christians. That's when they adopted the ideology of Christianity, because they thought Christians were the followers of Christ. Christ obviously teaches Christianity. No, he doesn't. He didn't teach that. He didn't say that he did, and he didn't even mention that. So why would you even insinuate that and put that together with Christ and Jesus Christ, Christianity? So you made it seem like this is what he was actually teaching when he was teaching, but in reality, he wasn't really teaching. He was teaching freedom, justice, and equality. You know what I'm saying? Now, the next degree that I'm talking about is the born degree in the 1 to 40. The born degree in the 1 to 40 says, tell us why the devil teaches the 85% that a mystery God brings all this. And it says, to conceal the true and living God, which is the Son of Man, and make slaves out of the 85% by keeping them worshiping something he knows he cannot see invisible. And he lives and makes himself rich from their labor, pardon himself. The 85% knows that it rains, hail, snows, and also hear thunder above their heads, but they do not try to learn who it is that causes all this to happen by letting the Son of Man teach them. By letting the 5% teach them. They believe the 10% on face value. Now, look at what that lesson says. That lesson says, to conceal the true and living God, which is the Son of Man, and make slaves out of the 85% by keeping them worshiping something he knows they cannot see invisible. And he lives and makes himself rich from their labor. The 85% knows that it rains, hails, snows, and also hear thunder above their heads, but they do not try to learn who it is that causes all this to happen by letting the 5% teach them. They believe the 10% on face value. If you keep a person blind if you keep a person blind and lying to them and deceiving them about who's who and what's what, and they have I'm going to say pure logic to use as far as knowing that it rains, they see the rain, they hear the rain, they come outside, they see it raining. snows, they see it, earthquake, rain, hail, snows, and also hear thunder above their head, but they do not try to learn. The reason why they do not try to learn is because they're not researching nothing on their own. They're not finding nothing out on their own. They're not really leaving that up to themselves to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go find out why this does what this does, why these conditions are the way that they are. They're not doing that. What they're doing is they're relying upon another outside source to tell them that it's rain, hail, snowing, and also hit thunder above their heads. See, they believe the 10%, which is the people that lie to you, the people that conceal. Those are the people that's concealing in that lesson. It says to conceal the true and living God. The true and living God is none other than the black man. It's the supreme manifestation of the supreme intelligence manifested in the physical form as you see today as the black man. Now, that lesson in itself says by keeping them worshiping something he knows they cannot see invisible. When you keep, that's blind faith. That's blind faith. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of blind faith around here. Religion, they tell you, believe in God, trust in God, pray, this, that, and the third, but they don't tell you why. They don't tell you what is the reason you have to do this. They don't tell you who told us that we have to pray in order for us to know who and what is God. What they will give you is some dance around answer lie. Then they'll infuse the lie with a half-assed truth and give it to you half-assed, and you will believe it, and you say, oh, that makes sense. But in reality, it really doesn't make sense, because if you really think about it, why would somebody that knows this tell you that the true and living God is the black man? Why would they tell you that? They're going to conceal that from you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep that from you, because at the end of the day, they don't want you to know that God is a man, but he's not just a man. He's the black man. He's the supreme source of all that you see in this day and age. Now, the last lesson that I'm saying is the 11th degree in the 1 to 40 lost found Muslim lesson number 2. All right. Now, I'm only explaining it in that sense because some brothers and sisters don't know what that is. Don't know what, lost found Muslim lesson number 1, lost found Muslim lesson number 2, because they're not familiar with the lessons. Some of them, some people that are subscribed to my channel. The degree tells you, will you sit at home and wait for that mystery God to bring you food? And it says emphatically no. It says, me and my people who have been lost from home for 379 years have tried this so-called mystery God for bread, clothing, and the home, and we receive nothing but hard times, hunger, nakedness, and out of doors. And was also beaten and killed by the same ones that advocated that kind of God. And no relief came to us till the Son of Man came to our aid by the name of a prophet, W.D. Farr. Now that is the 11th degree in the 1 to 40. Think about it. Why would I don't really care. I don't really care about how people feel when it comes to Christianity, because you could debate me all day long, but I got facts to back up why that way of life is not right and exact at all. I have proof to show and prove that why it's not right and exact. You can read your own book and say, so this is what Christianity allows. This is what this way of life is about. Raping, pillaging, beating, maiming, scorning, being able to, it says crazy things in the book if you read it. See, but things that goes on is that the preacher is not going to tell you to read the whole Old Testament. He's going to go to certain scriptures and read it for you, and then give you his understanding, his interpretation of how he sees it, and then you run with it. So all you doing is you paying attention to what he's saying and not doing the research on what he is talking about. So what ends up happening is you become a victim of his circumstance. Think about this, right? The 11th lesson in the 1 to 36, it says, does that have anything to do with the above question number 10? Right? Now, that's in the 1 to 36. Now, I was saying the above question number 10. It wasn't talking about the previous question. It wasn't talking about the previous statement that was in the 1 to 36, the English C lesson. It's talking about the 10th lesson in the student enrollment in the 1 to 10. It says, what is the said birth record of nations other than Islam? It says Buddhism is 35,000 years old. Christianity is 551 years old. If you was to actually take the time to research that, why is Christianity that 551 years old? Why is it? You ever thought about that? See, when you just start thinking outside the box and start learning how to think for yourself and do things for yourself, you're no longer subjective in being a slave to the mental death and powers of the people that's feeding you lies, deceit, treachery, trick knowledge, corruption, dishonesty. These are the people that bring it full circle when it comes to this way of living, which is called Christianity. That's how you become a slave of mental death and power. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to the come down, they need you. You are their customer. They're the drug dealer, you're the abuser. As long as they got the product that you want, you're going to always keep coming back. That's a fact. So, to bring it full circle, I'm going to tell you like this. Nobody needs Christianity. Nobody. The only people that need that shit is the people that really have no direction and don't know where to go. Maybe they might need just some structure, maybe. But not even that. All it takes is to learn about yourself and have supreme discipline. Mentally as well as physically. Because whatever the mind does, the body follows. It's simple mathematics. Knowledge, wisdom. I mean, we can go like that. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. But I'm telling you guys this. This is real talk. Go take the time out. Go research Christianity. And it's the stuff that you've seen from 325 AD, from the Nicene Creed, you know what I'm saying? 325 AD, Christianity is a made up religion. It's made up. It has no benefits, and it does nothing for nobody except cause you pain, grief, torture, and hurt, and confusion. But don't take my word on it. Research it yourself. Because one only learns what one teaches itself. And with that being said, peace to Lost 5% Nation. And I trust in Lord that this video was very educating and very inspirational, and that you learned something from it. Peace.